Hey, good evening, guys, and welcome to the very first episode of my live stream for AO Mecha Live. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ariel, and I will be your host tonight. Again, thank you for joining me tonight. And a little bit of background of what the show is about. For tonight, we are naming this as Backlog Builder. I am a backlog builder. By that, I mean I'm going to build some of my kits that have been in storage or just have not been built prior. So during the course of this episode, hopefully we get a chance to get to know a little bit more about the kit I'm building and interact with you guys over at the chat and check out your comments. So, hopefully we get some good show going tonight. So this is my first ep. Several weeks have been the last several weeks I've been practicing and kind of like fine-tuning a little bit of the video. Hopefully my audio and video is coming through straight. All of this is kind of like, I guess, the child of like being locked down during the time of quarantine. And I figured, you know what, since I am spending this much time, I figured I'd learn a little bit more about how to do streaming and how do I combine that with what I like, which is Gunpla and Mecha. So without further ado, why don't we go check out the arena and see what we are working with. So for our live build tonight, I have chosen the RX-7802 Gundam, which is a high grade 144 scale from the Mobile Suit Gundam, the Origin. This is the Origin version. And this is my first time building a kit like this, and it looks really cool. I have built the master grade for this kit, and I was really impressed by it. I even have the resin conversion for it. But when it was announced for high grade, knowing the fact that like it is a very nicely designed kit, I had to have one. So I think it's very fitting to have the granddaddy of Gunpla or Gundam to be the very first mobile suit kit to build in the show. So without further ado, I'm just going to take a quick look at the instructions. A little bit more colorful instruction than what I'm used to. A lot of the instructions on prior kits are just like outlines. Some of these have like fill-in colors a little bit more and a color block for the RX-78. Really good stuff. Okay, on to building. And how are you guys doing so far? Who do we have on chat? Hey, E-Man. How's it going? Who do we have here? We have Nico. Hey, Nico. How's it going? And Quinn. Thanks for joining me tonight. And hope you guys are also building. So a little bit of what we want to do is obviously build. But at the same time, hopefully you guys are also building something on your end. Let me know if you guys are working on anything and maybe share some of that with us. So when I'm building stuff, most of the time I start with the core, and not often do the instructions say that you start with the core. Sometimes it starts with the head or maybe the feet or the arms, etc. But for the duration of what we are going to do tonight, I'm going to start with the RX-78's body, torso, and then moving along to the feet, legs, making the mobile suit stand, followed by the arms, and then the weapon systems and backpack. And lastly, I believe the head. The reason why I like doing the head unit of the kit itself last is that the V-fin, I find, especially with Gundams, tend to be very fragile, and I don't like losing small pieces. So I go when I'm building, my thought process is like, okay, well, what's the biggest parts here? Why don't I work with that first, and then systematically go to the smaller pieces. So after looking at a bit of the instructions here, it looks like it is following a little bit of what I'm planning to do. So what we need to start off with is parts C and A, followed with a couple of PC parts and the B's. So let's see how that will go. Get some of the pieces for that. So I have the frames all organized by letter on the side so that I don't get too far lost in building stuff around here. So just a little bit also, these are the stickers that came with it. So there is a decal sticker sheet for various caution signs, a little bit of the EFSF white base signs on that, and as well as a sticker sheet For the reflected parts, a lot of them are the sensors for the eyes. I think that is the sensor for the gun, the infamous yellow V at the crotch unit, and various gray parts, which I would assume would be for the circular pieces for the elbow joints and the knee joints. I'm gonna put these guys aside. And with our trusty God Hand, will be our main nipper for tonight, and X-Acto as our X-Acto knife weapon of choice. Alright, so what do we need first? We need the C18 and C2. Pulling out, of course, the D-frame. We skipped one letter, folks. Let's go back. Under the C, we need the C2 and C18. So C18, and this looks like the neck connector piece that will connect the head and the body. That's cool. Going on to C2. And all right, I think we all were well on our way. Hey, Andrea, glad you could join us. How's it going? Andrea here, I've known her for a while, a long while, back when I was collecting comic books, and with the aspiration to become a comic book artist. It's funny where life can take you in regards to your hobbies, but the friends you make along the way are very important. Again, another thing that I want to mention to you guys, that the show is about the journey, not necessarily the destination. We might finish this kit tonight, we might not finish this kit tonight, but hopefully you guys will, be part and, go with this adventure with me and see how far we get. The next pieces we need here is the A parts, which looks like the blue pieces, which we will use for the body. So I know there's, oh, that is interesting. There are two different chest pieces, and it looks like it gives you an option for the middle type and early type. Oh, wow. That is cool. I did not review the kit prior to opening it tonight, other than taking it outside the box. So that to me is a very, very cool surprise. And the back unit, back part of the kit itself is the same. It's just the front that looks like it's different. So we are going to connect the neck piece, make sure I get this right, to the body piece, like so. Oh man, should I go with the middle type or early type? What is the difference? Okay. Hey Miguel, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I hope to finish this tonight. It just comes down to the decision. I think, what is number 22? 22 is middle type, and early type, oh man, now I'm very curious. So early type is the guns. Oh yeah, no, I want the guns. I want the Vulcans on the side of this guy here. So we will go with the early type, which is 21. So we're just gonna nip here and there. I've gone through several nippers throughout my hobby life, and only, I believe, last year that I picked up a God Hand, and I was a converted individual. Very clean cuts, almost the very minimum to address any of the excess gate and spruce, and it just makes the build a lot faster. And that's what I really like about the God Hand, and that's why I will definitely promote that when I can, although it is not a sponsored element of the show. Okay, so A16 is next, which is the waist area. Looks like it's this guy here. Now the RX-78 Gundam itself has been around for many years. It just crossed its 40th year this year, and a lot of news about new releases and whatnot celebrate said achievement. I mean, they have two statues, a 1-to-1 scale in Japan. So yeah, it's definitely a historical, I'd say, at the very least, hobby, genre, I don't know what I want to call it. Everything and above. So what am I doing here? We are trying to put this guy into here. So let's see how that's going to get achieved. Has anyone built the RX-78, well, this particular kit, the Origins? Let us know in the comments. Hey Chandra, how's it going? You can say hi, and I'm on my 10-minute break. Hey E-Man, how's it going? Awesome, it's good seeing you guys come out for the first episode. Thank you very much for that, really appreciate it. If you're just tuning in, we are working on the RX-78 Origins high grade, and we are trying to reproduce the early type version of it. So A16 goes here, that's correct. And does it lock? There we go. It's locked in place. However, we can't lock it just yet because we need to put in a little bit more of the inside parts. And wow, this is a really tight fit. Really loving it already. This is this is just great. We need the PC4 and Bs. So we'll grab the PC4 and Bs. Okay, so the B we will need is B20. Where are you, B20? Come on down. Which means it's on this guy here. And I could already tell some of the pieces here that we will use. And because breaking instructions is what we do, I'm going to go ahead and chop this lower torso piece because I know it's going to come around at some point. And we'll just set that aside. Hopefully we remember to pick that up on our way back to the waist. Alright, we are now back at it. B120 will be on the left hand side of the chest, and B21 will be on the right hand. Both are carrying a PC4 as a connector. So let's go get our PC4. Hey Adam, thanks for joining us. How's it going? Hope you're gonna like the show tonight. We have just started the high grade Origins RX-78, and I am reproducing the early type for this kit. And ideally, I'd like to finish this tonight if possible, right? So why don't we crank it up a little? PC4 looks like one of the older PCPs. I'm very familiar with this. Actually, not older. I built the GM custom recently, and it had like the peg unit to connect to the arms. This one is more of the later type of the UC kits. This is very noticeable, especially on the later versions of the RX-79s, which are the ground. It's also used. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Gotta put this piece first. This piece and sideways. Okay, that is not jiving. PC21 and this guy here is supposed to go sideways. Oh, it does. Look at that. Sorry, back to where I've seen this PC piece before is the Easy 8, the RX-78 ground, the GM as well from Build Fighters. GM is Build Fighters. Build Divers. There we go. Oh, I gotta remember some of the shows sometimes. It's Divers, Fighters, Re-Rise, Sunrise. Nope, not Sunrise. I don't think there is a kit for... I mean, there could be. I don't know. Alright, this needs to connect the inside part. I believe it's gonna connect. Come on. There we go. Okay, like it is synchronizing in. Pretty cool. And there's this little detail inside that no one's gonna see, but there's like little... Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit on this one. Little pieces inside, right there, where they added that extra detail, but you're probably never gonna see that. That's cool. I like noticing little things like that on kits. Is that a God Hand nipper? Hey CJ, yes it is. We do have a God Hand present. We are blessed by such divine cutting instrument. Help us with this build. And I pray to the Gunpla gods that this show goes in a very, very smooth way. If the pieces ever fit together. Right? Sometimes you kind of just have to... Oh, there we go. It's not aligned. I'm feeling mighty. I wouldn't say stress. I mean, this is my first episode, so I do apologize if there's a little bit of excitement in my tone. I'm very glad that you guys are here and hanging out with us. So yeah, hopefully you guys are building too, as I mentioned. Let me know what you guys are building. I'd be very interested to hear what you guys are up to. So let me know in the comments. And let's see here. What do we need next? We need the lower part of the abdomen. So that will require a PC-8. Since we have the PC here, let's just go get that. PC-8 and PC-1. Really cool stuff. So PC-1 and PC-8. So I find that like just by twisting these guys, sometimes they're really faster to just take out. It's the one that have like a flatter head that I tend to cut with it, but little twist, more or less, comes out easy. So not a pro tip, but it's just someone from many years of experience of building can almost guarantee that that piece will fit wherever you need it to go. So we are going to get the red piece. And Bandai really treats us with these color separations. It's just easy to follow, and that's what I love about Gundam. And how, you know, straight builders, the joy of just putting together and it's already like colored, almost color accurate to the show variation of it. I think it's the added bonus, and it's a very good target, especially for the audience when it comes to that. Hey Steven, how's it going? Now Steven here, he is from our East Coast Canada. How's it going out there? Hope all is well. Okay, and from Quinn, working something new for me about halfway through Mobile Doll May. Dude, what do you think of Mobile Doll May? It's like, I built one not that long ago, and it is awesome. I really, really dig it. We need the C now, and which C are you at? Still B. That's D. And you must be C. I see you. Okay, what do we need from C? We need the lower parts here, so we need the C21, C19, and C20. Full combination. Wait, that's not C20, it is C20. Okay, where you at? Look at that, they're all in the same area. I'm starting to feel that these newer kits, the way they're put together, maybe it's just the color combination, maybe, I don't know, but I'm starting to see a pattern where I forgot what I was building, but all the pieces were roughly in the same frame, and like by not, I'm not just talking about like the same frame as in like it's in the same, you know, frame, but they're relatively close to one another, and that is pretty cool. The first time that it is very noticeably clear that these parts are meant for hands or meant for arms or legs was the 30-minute mission model kits that was released recently. I think it was later part of last year. I was in Vancouver and got my first hands on that. It was during Anime Revo, so that must have been what, the latter part of August, July, something like that. But they are fairly cool. So if anybody's interested in, you know, maybe not spending too much on a Gundam or just want to get the feel for it by using a generic kit, something that they're not, you know, too attached to, or maybe attached to, I don't know. The 30-minute mission kits are a very good starting point when regards to getting the feel, especially for the high-grade 144 scale, similar to what we're building here. It's not complicated enough for, you know, to deter people away, but it's also complicated enough to have fun and even start doing some customization and just basically having fun with the potential of the kit and its parts that were given. The 30-minute mission is actually a really, really smart line because they're producing a whole bunch of add-on parts, add-on kits, weapons, and all that to further customize it. And it's really a good introduction for people who are just getting into the genre. Again, kudos to that idea, just the kind of like a generic, hey, here's a kit, go use us kind of deal. Okay, we're trying to put this thing together. So this goes like this, and it looks like this will probably have an abdominal crunch from the looks of it, which is pretty cool. The last RX-78 high grade I did build was from the Evolve series, so it was kind of like revolution, not revolution, what word am I looking for? Rejuvenation. Yeah, let's go with that. Rejuvenation of an older kit. Now, I am stuck. Am I stuck? No, I'm not stuck. So it goes like this. I placed it, whoops, correctly. And that's part of building, you know? Whoa. Hold up. This. There we go. Placed it on the wrong hole. Keeping it professional here. But yeah, let's see now. We are... Holy cow, it's been 25 minutes in. Seriously, it feels like it's only been 5 minutes. Time is definitely in a different direction when you are having fun. All right, so that looks like about right. This connects here, and this is the lower portion of the RX-78 body. Pretty cool. All right, it looks like we can connect these two together now. And how does that work? Oh, there's the ab crunch. This instruction is great. Okay, so we need to put this inside while this is in without damaging any parts. Thanks, Bandai. How? This is like one of those puzzle stages. It's like, well, you need to do this in order for this to connect in there. And oh, okay, so it did connect. I take everything back. And there is a little bit of the ab crunch, and we just got to secure that a little bit more inside this. Did it connect? No, it didn't. I went too far. It went too far. So I think we failed that stage. But it's okay. It is a tricky one. So hopefully I'll get in the second turn. All right. This time with more feelings, and hopefully get it at the right location. Okay, it's inserted. Boom. And okay, there we go. That is the correct way to do it. Look at that. The adventures of building Gunpla. Why don't we zoom in a little bit just to get a little bit more of the field of view inside the arena. Okay, so body's looking good. And what is the next for us? It looks like we are attaching the upper chest and the upper shoulders part, which we will need the A series for. And let's do that. Okay, so I know for sure those are the vent pieces at the A2 and A3. From the instruction, it looks like the A2 will be on the right hand chest, or the A3 will be on the left hand chest. Great. And this little yellow guy, I know for sure, will be the what do you call this? The collar piece. This guy has been popping collars since 1979. Huzzah. And yeah, that's about how old the first episode of Gundam aired. Okay, so I know this part goes in like so. Hang on. Let's try to connect that properly. It just feels like there's a little gap inside portion of this. Am I not doing it right? Let's look at that again. Is there a little bit of seam here? I'm just gonna shave that off. Okay, once more time with feelings. Interesting. It's not locking down. Or is it not supposed to lock down? Very, very interesting. Alright. Never mind. Just needs a little bit of little push to get that going. Everything's still intact. We are good to go. Alright. Zoom out a bit. Some light in there. And we said that this guy here is the right wrist, or left chest. You would think it's easy to follow instructions. I never follow instructions. Well, I do. I really should. Okay, left chest in, and let's see here. Right chest being inserted. Hey Sheldon, how's it going? Sheldon is a friend of mine from the West Coast out in Vancouver. Man, it's good to see all you guys out tonight, and hope your Monday is going well. Okay, so that is the body unit. And let's see here, what we need is the A19 and what's on the other side? Oh, it's something separate. A17 and B18. So 17 on one side and then 19 on the other. So the 19 is the Vulcans, or some kind of like chest cannons of some kind. Get that snapped out. And we will need the A17, which is like right beside this guy here. Boom. And from the looks of it, we also need the B18. Oops. All right. B17, B18. Okay. These work. Well, that's an interesting gun. Wait, is that correct? Select hatch. I think we could just go cover that hatch. Yeah, I feel like covering that hatch. Let's just keep it at P17. Let's do that. Is there any added value if we do the Gatling? I think it will look cleaner with this. So cover hatch and the asymmetrical view of a raised. Is that a cannon? Or is it a sensor? I'll look that up later. If anybody knows, let me know. Hey Sheldon, eating dinner. Awesome. What do we have for dinner tonight? Okay, let's move on. Backpack. Do I want to do the backpack now? Probably not. Let's skip that and let's go straight to the lower portion of this, which I already cut the pieces for. This guy and this. And it looks like we need PC1 and C15. Since we have the B here, we need to swap that out for the C, and as well as the PC parts. Now I keep referring to the PC parts, and for those who don't know, PC parts are more of the rubbery, mainly joint connector or a two-piece connector to for areas that have motion or articulation. This just kind of helps place it and not make it loose. So because it's rubber and friction and all that stuff, that is the purpose of the PC parts. So for this, we need PC1, several of them, and that's it. Okay, cool. Let's get some PC1s going in there. PC1, boom and boom. Put the PC part away for now, and let's go back and put together this lovely lower portion of the torso. Beef noodle, yo, send. Okay, so there's a little bit of a notch there. So there we go. And this caps it, hang on. This caps it this way, so very cool. Making some progress and making up some time. Okay, so this part here is what looks like the front part, so we are going to do that. And I always look forward to see what are the next pieces, so that when I do reach back for said pieces, that I will be doing several cuts in one shot. So for this one, I already took a quick glance, and it looks like a lot of this is front skirts and back skirts and side skirts elements. They are very distinguishable from a lot of the other elements, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut these guys out. All right. Come on. There we go. And this looks like the crotchy piece for it. All right. Okay. So typically the front skirts are together, but they have an option to be cut in half so that they could be more articulated. So we're just going to go ahead and nip it right there, and I usually just take out the excess right there. and she's starting to form. So those are the, do a little bit of zoom in here, RX-78 lower body armor. Now the rest of it looks like it's D1 and D2 for the side skirts, which makes sense because they are identical. And we are just going to go ahead and get these guys going. Wow, I'm already looking at the leg pieces, and that's a lot of pieces. Wow. For a high grade, this is a lot of pieces, especially for a very almost plain kit. I'm glad that there are lots of varying pieces for this, just because the RX is a very staple mobile suit for the genre. It is also seen live action decently for the first time in Ready Player One, which, oh man, put Gundam back on the map. The other movie that I could recall in the last couple of years that incorporated Gundam as a cameo in their movie would be Pacific Rim Uprising. Again, very cool nod. That one depicted the Tokyo, statue of the 1:1 scale Gundam unicorn in its unicorn form. And the unicorn form is basically the hatches are closed and it's all white. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that out, and that is the C-15. So everything is shaping in place, and it looks like from the back skirt we need the PC-11. Alright, PC-11 looks like a flat looking circle, so that one I will cut off from the PC sprue. Alright, so once we do this, we'll probably do a quick break just to recenter ourselves. How are you guys doing tonight? What is going on? And if you're just joining the stream now, I'm working on the high-grade RX-7802 Origins using the early type for the chest. Yeah, I was pretty floored when I saw the Pacific Rim cameo. So cool, very cool, and hopefully see more live-action Gundam. Actually, and I've mentioned this to some of you guys before, that like live action Gundam has been around. It's probably like just not as popular as obviously mainstream media, but early 2000, I want to say, I forgot the year offhand, that a live action Gundam was actually created. And fun fact, it is Canadian. So I believe most of the actors and production of that was in Vancouver, and it's called G Savior. That's right. It's also free on YouTube. So if you want to brush up on your Gunpla history, that is a trip and a half. All right. Like, don't expect anything outside of what they can do at the time that they have. But it is something to, I'd say, experience, to say the very least, if you're into the Gunpla genre. And if you have seen it, let me know in the comments what you think of the movie, what you liked, what you disliked, what could have been changed. What do you think of the G Savior? So they named the actual mobile suit G Savior as the main protagonist mobile suit. And also, that particular suit got a high grade treatment, and I have it somewhere. Yeah, but it's built already, so I cannot include it in the show at this time for actual live building, but maybe I could do a show in the future, kind of just looking back at past builds and maybe doing a review on them. So anyways, we're going ahead and putting stuff in together here, and looks like the yellow pieces are some cutting. Hey Kaz, how's it going? And hey Nico, how's it going? Welcome to the show. And Nico, shout out to you. This is one of your favorite Gundams, RX-78. This is the Origins high grade that I'm building tonight as part of the episode 1 live build show. Okay, obviously I did not read the instruction for this one, and I'm gonna YOLO it. Did it work? Roughly? Yes? Yeah, close enough. I meant to go there. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Hey, is it right? I'm gonna go assume it's right. They're universal, right? I have a feeling this goes on the other one, man. Oh no, it fits. It fits. You want to get that kit? Yes, I believe it's currently sold out in a lot of places. But there was a restock probably recently for this. I remember getting this when it first came out, and jumped on the chance. Also knowing full well that we were going to be in lockdown, so this definitely was one of those kits that I managed to snag as part of the bunker lockdown builds, which I didn't expect it to build it this way. So to me that is unplanned, but like I'm glad I didn't build it during the time when I thought I was going to build it, because it's a perfect kicker to the first episode. All right, we're down to like 1 or 2 more pieces, and then we'll take a quick break just to recenter ourselves. And from the piece over here, it is the red crotch unit piece, and it looks like this guy here. So this is a shout out to Alf, I believe, who's the one that coined it for me or taught us this. But this red piece on the crotch of the RX-78 is not just a symbol. It carries a blanket. Is it Half or Sheldon? No. One of my friends from VC definitely said this. Anyways, shout out to you guys, whoever said it. I want to give credit to those guys. This is not my information, but you could also look it up in the Gunpla wiki, whatnot. This piece right here, this infamous crotch piece, if I could zoom into that. Is that the best? Okay. Houses a blanket. All right, think about it this way. A blanket, semi-transparent, that the Gundam would use as part of the re-entry. Yeah, ridiculous. I know, but there is purpose for this. Now, every time you see a mobile suit that have this particular crotch area with the yellow V or some kind of V in there, all I could think of now is like they're hiding a friggin' blanket inside that they're gonna use later on to pilot themselves down as a part of re-entry. So, anyways, fun facts, little things you should know. Not know, I mean, totally useless information, but kind of funny in a way. So, all right. Zoom back in. Okay, great. So it looks like we are well on our way, and all I have to do now is connect the upper to the lower. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, why don't we do a quick break, and then we will get back at it. Hey guys, I just want to take this time to thank you guys for joining us tonight in our show. Really awesome to have you guys here and commenting during our live chat feeds. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you guys. Also, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to send me a PM in my social media platforms. You could reach me on Facebook at AO Mecha, as well as Instagram at AO_Mecha. And if you have any interest in joining us for a feature, or if you have anyone that we want to recommend to check out and be featured in the show, please send me an email. And you can see that at the bottom right hand of my screen, aomecha.info@gmail.com. All right, thank you very much. And why don't we go back to the arena, check out what's going on there. Sorry about that, a little bit of technical issues. We're back at the arena, and we are looking at putting together the lower portion of this kit, and we're going to start with the feet. The feet is faster than the hand. Actually, supposed to say defeat, as in like you lost, but here we are. So we are going to build the leg and the lower foot and all that stuff. So why don't we start with that? We need a whole bunch of A's and a whole bunch of B's and a PC3 and D's. Okay, so A, B, and D, you are up. The cool thing about the master grade that I found was really unique was like the front toe part of the RX-78 had an extra condition where it could pivot on its own in a way, not just like up and down, it goes sideways slightly, so there's like a little peg that does that. Very cool. That's probably the first time I have seen that on an RX-78. So hopefully, and maybe this guy too will repeat that, because I could tell already like the front part of the feet is separated. So the master grade itself is 3 pieces, I believe, on the foot, whereas this guy here, I think, is only 2 pieces. Cool stuff nonetheless, just because it is an RX-78. So got that. We need some of these guys at PC3, and it looks like these are the bad boys that we'll need, so we're gonna take that out. 1, 2, easy peasy. And we're just gonna set the body somewhere here. You hang out with the god hand up there. We have it framed. Let's frame her. There we go. Let's just try to have fun with this piece. All right, so that's the foot. Well, so far, it's the bottom part of the feet, and we need a whole bunch of B and D. Okay, so the D are the white ones, which most likely are the front top cover of the shoe, which is this guy's here. And I could tell already there's a lot of leg pieces here, which I think we'll be able to complete tonight. And ideally, I'm permitting that we will finish all of this tonight. I have not set any type of hour yet for the show. I figured I'm starting to feel like it would be estimating around hour and a half for a live show, live build, because I think that would be enough time. Even if I do parts in 2 parts, like the first part would be like the body and the legs, just so that we could get it standing up, and then the latter part will be more to complete it with the backpack, weapons unit, head, etc. Maybe a stand. Some kits do come with a stand, so that's kind of cool. But for this exercise here, we're just going to go ahead and get this thing going. So we need D now for this. And B. Actually, no, it's the B. B. What we need. We need this B and this B. That's a C. This is a B. Yes, I am in the market to get some stands for the frame. So if you know anyone that might be able to help me out for future shows, that would be great. Again, if you have any questions or feedback for the show, if you want to get featured or recommend someone to be featured in the show, you could reach me at any of my social medias, as well as my email, aomecha.info@gmail.com, Instagram AO_Mecha, and at Facebook, well, you already know that. See the pattern, but it is facebook.com/AOMecha. All right, here we go. Continuing on with the build. So ideally, once I've completed the episodes, I will be uploading, as I mentioned, the episode, and to be archived not only in Facebook Live, but also in my soon to come YouTube channel, and that is on the works still. I've only tested out a video there once just to see what the live stream is like. I don't know how people do it without any lag, but I found it very, very difficult with using the YouTube platform. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. There's a lot of people that are able to use it and utilize it. I just think that either my setup or my computer is not friendly for said YouTube display. So that is why we are at Facebook Live. Also, most of my friends, like you guys, hey guys, that are watching, are already close friends of mine, and thank you again for the support. Another thing that I want to mention, especially for future shows, is that I do want to feature friends and upcoming hobbyists, enthusiasts as part of the show. Either be it a feature or get some whips and whatnot to showcase. Also talk about any future events. Like, for example, last month, Canada's nationwide event finished, which is the National Build-Off for Gunpla for Canada, and I was part of the committee that helped make that happen. It was really put together fairly quickly, just because in anticipation of the lockdown for COVID-19, and giving that our communities a chance to express their creativity, their projects and whatnot in a national level. Really good turnout for that one, and I really enjoyed all the builds on the event. That right now the committee for the same event has expanded and are in process of getting event part 2 well on its way. It's taking a little bit longer for us to organize. That's just because we do have some priorities outside of said committee, but rest assured we are working our best to make sure that we get another event like that for our fellow Canadians, and hopefully it's an example that we could show, and that resonates to our friends abroad and other countries. That includes you guys in the States. Maybe we should have a US versus Canada event, just saying. And that's how you start World War III in Gunpla. Okay, so it looks like we are putting these things together, and looks like the feet itself is coming together. Pretty cool. It has a nice little bend articulation right here. Pretty neat. And we're just gonna do the other leg, snap, snap, snap. And I have a good feeling that we are gonna get really far tonight with said kit. So here you go, a completed SD. And that's it, folks. What are you waiting for? What do you think I'm gonna finish this? Kidding. We are gonna finish it. That is like just a little SD. Every time I finish the feet first, and I think that's what I like about it. I do the chest first and the lower body, and then I start with the feet, and I'm like, and it becomes like an SD, like that. Super deformed for those who don't know. Very chibi take on it. And there are Gundams that are SD, by the way. So just saying. If you guys are into SD, let me know. What do you guys think? What are your favorite kits from the SD lines? I know Chandra has several kits on that, but she's probably back at work, so we'll catch her later on. In regards to that. Okay, so where are we? I know these pieces are going to be eventually part of that. It looks like there is an inner frame, roughly, for the left and right leg. So I'm very excited to get this thing started. And it looks like we will need C, B, 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 and a whole bunch of B. So let's go start with the B's and the C's. So the B 14 and 13 are very identical to one another. And it looks like probably the only difference on this one will be the connector for the upper leg to the lower body. So we'll go ahead and grab all the parts that we need, which we need the B14, 13, 16, and 9. So is that 16? That is 16. Okay. And 9. Where are you? 9. Here you go. And here, a little bit of here. Almost performing surgery in a way. Doctor, we're losing him. No, just give me the surgeon. Give me the surgery and I'll take it out of his... Okay, no, I don't know where that is going. I rarely watch any type of operations. I'm not a big fan of blood and gore. So let's stay away from that. Yeah, we think we should stay away from that where we can. Okay, the cool thing about this one is identical, so all we need is the exact same pieces cut for the left and or right leg, and we will set them aside. And that's how I build fast. I don't know if Zhang is here, but he did comment like I built pretty fast, and that's just because I built efficiently. And speed building is not something I was gonna do for this particular show. It's more to just hang out, talk while I am building. And hopefully you guys are as well, you know, building, talking, chatting. Thank you for keeping me company and or sane for this show. Okay, so that piece and that piece. Is that enough to go with? We need the C6, and that is a different gray pieces. So it's kind of weird because like usually the B parts are different shade of color, but with this particular kit, it looks like they are the same. And it's weird because also I see this unit here, and I have a feeling it's part of the leg. I want to say it's part of the leg, but I don't see it here. Oh, there it is. Is that it? What letter is it? C. I don't see it. And this is me trying to skip the line. So don't skip the line because you will get lost eventually. And look at me, I'm already skipping the line. Yeah, sure. Yeah, cut it. Just cut it, sure. That wasn't what I want. Like, my hands are doing its own thing now. What the hell? Yes, I know it is part of the leg, but I wasn't planning on cutting it. Oh, that's weird. That piece and this piece are identical. Well, almost anyways. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Did I do it right? Yeah, whatever. Let's continue. Oh yeah, okay. Cut the rest of it out. Great, great. And I know we will use it eventually, sure. I think that is definitely just a muscle reaction to cutting stuff that I wasn't expecting. So, huzzah! And there's a piece there called B15. You know what it is? I probably used some parts of this from the RX Evolve, if that is the case. Because, like, why would they have extra pieces like this guy here and this guy here? Curiouser and curiouser. And also I noticed this is kind of cool and totally not there yet, but the hands have these gesture hands, closed fist and open palm hands here. And the rest of them are what looks like close the fist to hold stuff. But I don't see a trigger finger hand. That's interesting. Okay, we'll get back to that after. So, let's see here. Connecting pieces. Where are we at? So what this is saying, okay, sure, let's just finish the pieces where we're not going to do it first, but we are going to do now. Would be the leg connectors, and it's asking for, yes, PC1. And let's go to the other side, PC1 and PC1. Ta-da. Oh, man. So offhand, like I could see right away, like there's an imperfection of this PC part. And anything like that is very rare, and it will happen, but it will get like caught on a plastic piece, and it, like, the more you press on it, especially if it's not clean and whatnot, will not allow, will deform and jam, and you won't get a solid like two-piece connection. And I find that very, very frustrating. Then you have to go in, take the part apart, take the two parts apart, and chop off excess pieces that have been caught in between the plastic. Very annoying, so something to watch out for when you are building any pieces that involve said parts. Okay, so that one felt like it went through fine. Let's go in with the rest of this. All right, how are you guys doing? Still with me? Are you with me? Yeah. Shout out to Quinn. I just want to take this time to thank him and Sheldon and Nico. They are some of the friends that have helped me out calibrate the video and the way this show has shaped together in regards to like the sound quality and all that during the test phases of the show. So again, very, very, very thankful for your time spent hanging out and helping me out with said show. So right here, that's a good example of like, it feels like the plastic is getting caught. That's why there's like a little bit of like a seam thing here, but is it noticeable? Barely there. How about the other side? The other one's like straight on, so I'm not curious. Okay, what is jamming this piece? So I'm gonna have to take it apart and see where said piece is being jammed. And what we're gonna do basically is just chop off a small piece of it so that it continues to fit right there. So I'm gonna zoom in and show you guys a little something. See that? It got squished in between said parts, and now it gives that excess lift on the pieces, and it will happen. Not all parts are created equal, so that's an imperfection that we are going to fix. If you just give me 1 second, either with the knife, just kind of go through and trim off some of the pieces, but very careful. Like, you don't want to take out the whole thing. You just want to take out that like extra plastic, rubber plastic that got sandwiched, so that you could jam this thing back into the the connector unit with ease, and that way it will prevent future capping of said parts. So it looks like that fit in, And if I gambled correctly, this will be, there you go. Perfect connection. Let's just zoom in a little bit. There. Okay, let's go on with the rest of the build. We are going to get this thing standing. So we are now at the hour mark since I launched. Seriously, it doesn't feel like an hour. Being engaged and talking like this definitely keeps my mind occupied, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the show as well. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. So it looks like I did miss a piece, and that was the C6. It's funny, that's what I was aiming for to get out of this gate, and it is the only thing that I totally missed. I started messing around with another piece. I got distracted that way. So that you saw me bend that way. The frames, I know that there are going to be bendable parts that you could just like take out. A lot of people are like, oh, don't do that or whatever. It is not something I do recommend for beginners, especially if you don't know if the piece is strong enough to be bent. But with just the feel of the plastic, I could already tell that there's only a tiny little, I guess, gate connector, and that is why I did a quick bend on it. Okay, so let's not get lost too much. This guy here, these guys here. Let's get this thing connected. So C6 goes this way, and this way, and B, sure, this way. Huzzah. And then this guy goes here-ish, and this goes here-ish, something like that. Very interesting leg piece. Did not anticipate it to form like that, but that is cool. So that looks like the knee piece that could swivel on its own, and then the actual full knee bend will be on the back of it. So I don't know how these two are. Oh, they're gonna be connected by the white pieces. Look at that. Kind of smart. Okay, let's see here. So we are gonna do the exact same thing for the right hand side because they are identical. Technically, the building of this should be relatively fast. I'm not gonna rush it, but like ideally they're all connected as one, like so. And I think we got the two leg parts like that. So it is starting to shape. So we have the foot, lower leg, knee, and then the connector, and ideally that is going to connect somewhere to the kit. What we need now are several white parts, and that is going to be on the D series. And hopefully my pacing is pretty consistent, and you guys are following along what we're going to do. So here are some of the pieces I know we are going to use for sure. These guys here, these guys right here, maybe some of these and all that. Just want to make sure that there's no extra pieces, like what's the difference between early type and medium type. We are building for the early type, so it looks like we are going to use all of these guys here. Again, noticing that in these gates that the leg armor are in the same location as all the other parts that are in the armor section. So we'll do one gate at a time. And now you're noticing me saying gate. Sprues is the other thing that commonly used for said frames that I'm cutting pieces off from. Okay. All right, so those are the guys there. Whoops. And taking a little bit more pieces off from these guys. And most likely this will be the armor for my right hand, left hand leg of the RX-78. So you must be wondering, well, aren't you looking at the instructions? Yeah, sort of, but not really. I kind of looked at it, glanced at it, and noticed that these are some of the parts that will be used for the leg armor. I guess second nature, if you will. Built enough of these, kind of familiarize yourself with like what is part of the leg, what is part of the arm, etc. So, and it looks like these pieces right here will form the beam saber for the backpack. The rest of these guys here are looks like it's part of the upper arm and lower arm, but I have a feeling these guys right here, these two circles, are going to be part of the foot. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out as well. The RX-78 has been around, so I'm very familiar with roughly what the design looks like. This particular version just has a little bit more extra details, a little bit more extra parts, which is really fun to build. Really enjoying the build so far on this guy here. Have you guys built any RX-78 recently? Let me know. And how is the gang going? How are you guys doing there over at the chat? Still with me? Alright, so what I'm taking now is the parts outside for the right hand side of the Gundam, left hand side for me, and kind of just getting all the parts out in the gate, which should be relatively a fast snap together once I get all the pieces organized in one go. Only ever guilt was the G40. See, okay, so the G40, let's just swing back on the G40. It is a super futuristic modern design that is collaborated with Ferrari. Pretty sure it's Ferrari. And very stylized to celebrate the 40th year of the RX-78 and Gundam. And the design of it, super articulation, lots of like moving parts, not moving parts, but like bendable joints on the foot, on the midsections and whatnot. And I have watched several reviews of that. I remember when it first came out, and I was very excited to get my hands on one of those, but quickly kind of like reconsidered, not just because of the price value, but that's because of like the way it was. Well, yeah, the price value is one for sure, but like the way it's designed, it took a while for it to really grow onto me. And even till now, I'm still kind of on the fence if I enjoy the look of the design, because the reviews basically say there's a lot of weak points on the kit. And you could correct me if I'm wrong here, Quinn, that the, what are they saying? Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'm trying to put this thing together in a smart fashion. Did I do it wrong? Okay, there it is. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Let's just get one of these legs completed before I go on my merry adventure of why I should have bought and should have not bought the RX-78 G40. Right. So when it was fully put together, again, really good design, very cool take on a iconic RX-78. Definitely a collector's must-have. But after seeing the review, there's a lot of like loose pieces that's happening, especially in the midsection. It also feels a lot more like, apparently, like a toy, more so than a realistic mobile suit, which is fine. I mean, one thing that I thought was pretty cool with that Zacharelius did was they colored it with the G3 colors, which is the gray and say cyan, purple. Did some different color to that to make it look like the G3, and to me that was cool. So if you color it that it's not stock, the G40 Gundam looks pretty cool. But again, you'll still get that whole, it feels like a toy kind of feel. And I'm not ragging on it. Again, sorry if you guys like it. I do like it too, don't get me wrong. And I'm just saying that like some of the reasons why I did not pick it up, it's just, I guess, personal point of view and sale point price. Now, the advantage of picking that up is you get this really cool design, I guess, concept book where they have all the sketches and ideas that was used to develop the design of said kit. And I am looking for the PC parts. We are almost ready to stand the Gundam, and then we will do a quick break after that. But yeah, I think G40 eventually I will get my hands on that. I just need that little extra push to justify purchasing that. Let me know what you think. For those who have built the G40 or interested in G40, let me know why you like the G40 or what you want to like on the G40 in the comments below. Okay, so let's get the standing. We need the PC-1. Again, PC-1 is a very popular part piece for said kit. And this is what's gonna... So the PC-1 most likely is a 3mm hole, which is now becoming a standard for peg use in Mobile Suit Gundam kits. A little bit of tidbit there if you are thinking of getting to drill holes and like you're kind of guessing of how big are the holes that we need to get for that. 3mm have been the number that is being used universally for said pegs and whatnot. Okay, so let's see here. Am I putting this in correct order? Yes. Okay. This part here, we'll just go to here. Really cool. Look at the intricacy of said leg unit. Really nice. I like that. Getting distracted by the little details, but yeah, that is also part of the enjoyment. Actually seeing for the first time these details are really cool, really well thought of. I am very impressed so far with the way this is shaping up. I feel like there's a loose piece. Bringing that up. Alright, I feel like we need to take this guy out again because something is up here. And Quinn said, can confirm the toy feel and the loose midsection, but the possibility is wild and still planning to repaint at some point. Yeah, no, and that to me is the selling point, right? The repaint creativity that you could express on that particular kit, I think is really the nice selling point of it. So that's what happens when you flip the switch and not trying to figure out where this thing is going. So it's supposed to go like that. Yes. Whew. Okay, did not break anything. And it looks like this thing comes with a thruster, so hopefully it will fit there at a later stage. And what thruster is that? Totally skipped it. Okay. So it said that... Probably gonna come back to that later. Okay. Continuing to build. And... pretty sure there's something there. Almost to the upper part of the leg. This is the lower piece connection of said leg. Right here. Okay. And ta-da! Getting there. Alright, she's coming along nicely. Ooh, I must not have cut something properly here, so we're just gonna take that apart. Hopefully not break anything in the process. Okay. Yeah, lots of cleanups at a later stage for some of these excess gates. And that's something I will try to clean up before any of the photo shoot that we'll take after this thing is completed. And I'll be posting it on our Instagram and the channel, the page for AO Mecha at Facebook. Alright, getting there. So we just need the shin cover piece, and it looks like it's supposed to go here. Kind of wiggles a little. And connect it with this. Supposed to connect? Maybe I should have connected it before I attached it, which we can still do. It is just connected with a ball point. Okay. There it is for that piece, and let's see here. Readjust the zoom a little bit. Okay. Whoops. It's flying all over the place. Okay. Coming along nicely. And for the connector piece, there we go. And the other connector piece right here. All right, time to put it together. And let's see how it goes. Oops. So there is the right leg, and all right. There she is, the RX-78 Origins snap built leg and leg and torso region. Okay, why don't we take a quick break and we'll get back at it after this. Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the stream so far and thank you for tuning in. Now, if you're into Gunpla and Mecha as much as I am, or would like to know more about Mecha and Gunpla in general, I'm actually part of an amazing online community called Side 6. All the information you'll need to find Side 6 will be part of the description of this video. You could check us out at facebook.com/groups/side6, on Instagram at side6_mecha, and for any future information or news, you could check out our website at www.side6.club. The community is amazing. Lots of like-minded people that are into the Mecha and Gunpla, sharing works in progress, and pretty much talking about the hobby and everything related to the Mecha and Gunpla lore. So hopefully you get a chance to check us out. We're always open to new members of all skill levels. And yeah, let's just keep getting the community moving forward. All right, thank you for that. And why don't we go check out the arena, see what's going on there. And we're back at the arena. So where are we at for the kit? We have the body and the leg assembled. I'm looking at completing the arm and the head and the backpack unit for this, I think, which we can do. And so very big realization that I did not hit record on the live broadcast, so I might have to upload a lower stream quality for the first episode, which is fine. Honest mistake on my end. I was all geared up and that was the only button I think that I did not press tonight. So episode 2 will be more of a higher quality, and I'll probably upload those two at the same time. All right, so I think we continue on with the arm. Right now we are at 1 hour and 17 of the show. So what do you think? Can we finish the arm? I think so too. So maybe we could start with that and just get the arms going. We will need the whole bunch of C, so C9, 10, and 11. C9, 10, and 11. Whoa, that's not C9, 10, and 11. It looks like the inner skeleton of said frame is what's going to happen first. And there is our first piece that we dropped for the show. That is great. So give me 1 second, guys. Oh, piece. Oh no, we lost the piece. So why don't we go back and do a quick intermission. Let me go find that piece real quick. Hey guys, I just want to take this time to thank you guys for joining us tonight in our show. Really awesome to have you guys here and commenting during our live chat feeds. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you guys. Also, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to send me a PM in my social media platforms. You could reach me on Facebook at AO Mecha, as well as Instagram at AO_Mecha. And if you have any interest in joining us for a feature, or if you have anyone that we want to recommend to check out and be featured in the show, please send me an email. And you can see that at the bottom right hand of my screen, aomecha.info@gmail.com. All right, thank you very much. And why don't we go back to the arena, check out what's going on there. Okay, so some good news and bad news. Couldn't find the piece, and we will have to put that as a part 2. So that's kind of like a good sign, I think, that we are going to do a part 2 for this, which will be on Wednesday night. So as you know, I'll be airing the show Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And I think this Wednesdays is basically going to be the part 2. Let's see. So let's take a quick break on this one. Episode 1 hopefully went well, and you guys had some good time hanging out with me in regards to that. Again, thank you for hanging out and commenting in the chat. And hopefully more of the show, the build shows, will be exciting. Lots of adventures and lots of parts flying. So stay tuned for that. Part 2, I think, will be on Wednesday around the same time. And continuing on with the backpack, the arms, and the head. And that should be able to complete said kit. Yeah, let me know how the show went. I think the latter half, I think it was just a sign saying that, you know what, you're pushing it, maybe step back and kind of just enjoy the build again at a later time, which I'll take that sign, and any sign from the universe that says for me to stop and kind of just, you know, take it easy, I will take. So that being said, I think the show running right now roughly at 1 hour and 20. It's a good time to just catch up on stuff. Do you guys have any questions? Just gonna go check out the comments here. Floor Imp at work again. Yes. Try making an offering to him. I wish I did. I could send an offering to him. I heard it drop roughly around where I am sitting, and it is a very, very, I mean, like, my floor is pretty clean, and I don't see any of the pieces here, which is unfortunate. And even if I do a search party per se, I heard it drop relatively close to where my desk is. So, anyways, it's a sign. Okay, so what could you expect me from future shows? What I could tell you guys is a quick preview of what is going to happen in the show. So Mondays and Wednesdays will be the build days for whatever kit is going to be up that week. And ideally, I want to finish the kit between those 2 days. Now, in the event it does not finish, it will bleed over to the following week as a part 3. The Saturdays, I'm reserving that for more of a non-build style show. So it's going to be more of an interview or feature for fellow friends, hobbyists, and whatnot. So that in mind, maybe I could show you guys what it will look like in regards to that scene. So right here, we have the guest scene, if you will. So one major screen that will just cycle through some of their work and, you know, features what their whips are and future projects, etc. And at the lower screen, that's where we'll have the guest account. And ideally, it will be a voice chat, live chat. I'm going to be firing off some questions, kind of like, you know, what are you into? What are you looking at? How many color of grays did Nico use in his build? Yeah, that's going to be a real question. That's going to be one of the hot topic, and I'm going to pull that trigger at a random point of every interview. Now, if you don't know who Nico is, he's one of my close friends in said genre, and currently the GBWC champion for Canada, who's very fond of the colors of grays and whites and blacks. Hey Nico, how's it going? Okay, anyways, that is the preview for that. And yeah, the rest of the scenes I'm still developing, but hopefully you guys got a taste of what the future episode is going to be. Feel free to send me a message, give me some comments, ask questions. All my social media accounts are on the description of the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And when I do upload it to YouTube, I will also post that in my page and social media accounts. Okay, so with that in mind, I think I will end it here. Again, I think episode 1 had a nice adventure-y start, and it's now going to be setting the tone for the rest of our adventure. Continuing on with the RX-78 on Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST. Okay, so from me to you guys, hope you guys have the rest of your night, going well, and enjoy building. Can't wait to see all of your cool builds. Send me some of the photos, so maybe I could feature them in future shows. Till next time, this is Ariel from AO Mecha, signing off.